All right, guys, so check this out. I'm gonna let you guys in on a real-time live consultation that goes down in my office. This is why a consultation takes 45 minutes to an hour with each client. This is why we require real-time reports. I have the radio here. Got so many other businesses I'm managing all in a day's work. This is for another business. All right, so this is a returning client. We did this client, let me fix this client's credit. We did this client's credit back in 2015. He's returning, so we're gonna do this consultation again and fix his credit. But you guys are gonna hear what goes on in a consultation. This is how a real consultation is supposed to be done. And certain parts I have to omit because it does have the client's private information on there. You can't hear that, obviously, but you hear the gist of this consultation. I'm pulling up my documents now that I need. I'm pulling up my documents that I need for this consultation. And pulling up his credit report. As you can see, we are using the Score Navigator report for his consultation. Real-time report, all 3 viewers. So let's get to the top. All right. My phone is initializing. Give me a second here. And then, all right, we're up. Calling client. It's Friday. Gotta shave. Busy. It's been a busy week. A lot of consultations.
Hello.
All right, Mr. Morrison. How are you, sir?
Hey, how you doing?
Good. What did you do to this credit, Mr. Morrison?
Man, life.
You butchered this credit. I put you all nice in 2015 and you went and butchered it.
You did, man. You did.
I told you stop hanging out in Orlando, man.
Huh?
I told you stop hanging out in Orlando. The weather's too warm for you.
Orlando's gonna mess me up. I should have stayed in New York.
Yeah, but New York, you know.
They're the way my career back now, so we kind of, within the last year or so, not that much.
What are you guys trying to do? You guys are trying to buy a home now?
Yeah, she's a fine home in there. So.
Wow, that's pretty cool. She has a good. Both of you guys have good careers.
Yeah.
Like she literally puts out fires. Like, psh.
Oh, yeah. He's like exactly when that actually goes in with the fire goes in.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Stuff like that, yeah.
And you're working at the hospital, right?
Yeah, I work at Lake Nona, VA, Orlando VA.
Oh wow, so both of you guys have good jobs. So there's no reason why you guys should be renting in this market.
Yeah. This is the reason why I put that credit, you know.
Gotcha. But also, you know what it is? To be honest with you, the way the market is going now too, sometimes it might be better just to rent for a short time because, you know, rent is different than when you have a house because for rent, you're only paying one thing, rent. When you buy a house, you got to pay mortgage, insurance, taxes, light, electric, water, sewer. It comes with a lot more responsibility and that comes with you budgeting. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're right about that.
All right. I'm assuming since you at work, you're not going to be able to log into your credit report to see the report as we go over it, correct?
I actually stepped up to the unit for a second with the Score Navigator, you mean?
Right, the Score Navigator. Now, do you have a laptop or are you looking at it on a phone?
On the phone.
All right, the phone is not going to give you the full preview of what I'm looking at.
Okay.
But what I can also tell you how to go and look at the report, what I'm looking at, right? I can still start the consultation if you want me to.
You can do it?
I can still start the consultation if you want me to.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that's fine.
Now, let me ask you something. When I run your social in the credit bureaus, there's some dispute letters. Who was working on this credit for you?
Oh, that was me. I just recently did that. So annual credit report.
Right. And it looks like there were some dispute letters submitted on your behalf. Who did those dispute letters to try to get the things off your credit report?
No, I did those.
Oh, you did the letter. Okay. Yeah, the letters that you wrote, when I run your social to the credit bureaus, I'm looking at the letters. Obviously, the credit bureaus got the letters. They sent it over to the creditors. And the way you wrote the letters, it's frivolous. It came back as showing as your account, you know? That's why these accounts are still on here. They didn't take it off.
I didn't. Then what you just said.
Okay, no problem. All right, so now I'm gonna go over your scores at the end of the consultation. I'll tell you where your new score is gonna be at. I'll tell you what the old score is now and what we're gonna be working on. Okay.
All right.
All right. So the TransUnion is 599, Experian 570, Equifax 564, average of all three is 577. That's the FICO. Score Navigator provides the Vantage score, so I'm giving you the FICO because everyone hears FICO all the time. Regardless, at the end of the day, the score is going to be the same, give or take 5 points. Okay.
Okay.
So 577 is what we're going to work on building out, correct?
Correct.
All right, perfect. Now, the Tanner Avenue, that's where all your, Tanner Terrace, that's where all your mails are going to?
Yes.
All right, perfect, got it. All right, so now you have a Capital One account, credit limit is 2,000, you owe 1,750. That's, you know, that's an authorized user. Someone else's account, that's someone else's account. Would that be your wife's account?
No, that's my mother's.
Okay. We're going to remove this account off the credit report because her balance is high and it's affecting your score. Right? Because whatever she's doing is affecting because you're an authorized user. So it's maxed out, close to maxed out. It's about 90% utilization and you're being affected for that, even though you're not using the card. So we're going to take you off of that account, okay?
You're going to do what?
We're going to take you off of the account.
Okay.
If you have the card, you can still use it, but it's just not going to report on your credit anymore. So you're not losing points for it, okay?
Okay.
But here's the thing, like when you call the banks only take you off from the account. They don't take it off of your report. We have to do that for you. So we'll take that off you, okay?
Okay.
All right, and then the next account, Coast Capital One, you owe them $1,200.
Okay.
Did you do a settlement on that or anything?
I honestly don't remember, Andy.
Gotcha. There was a dispute letter filed for this account stating in the it was in your account. Did you do that letter?
Yeah, I just did it from annual credit report.
Gotcha. Okay.
Bob, you can check that thing. You have no knowledge of it.
Right. So they'll basically annual turned that into a letter, basically. So, and it came back as frivolous. It is your account because there's payment history made on the account. There's payment history on it showing that it came out of your checking account since it was open since 2012. So that's why the account was deemed as your account, your responsibility. That's why now we have to settle it and then take it off your report. Next account is Synchrony New Egg.
Okay.
All right. EGG. That account you owe $3,700 to.
Okay.
Okay. Next account, American Express. That's paid and closed, no issues. Even though it's paid and closed and it's not affecting your credit, it does show the creditors at some point in while you had an account with them, you paid it on time. So it does help your credit a little bit for the future, okay? Space Coast Credit Union. Credit limit is 350, balance is 300. You have to bring that balance down to, if you can, zero that balance out for me while we're working on your credit.
Okay.
Because we need to get
zero?
Yeah, zero it out.
Okay.
Same thing with Capital One with the credit limit of 300, with the credit limit of 500 and you owe 364.
Okay.
All right. Macy's, that's open, paid, it's closed actually, good payment history, not affecting your credit, that's good. We're going to reuse that. Capital One, you will have one of your own. Credit limit is $600. The balance is $1,300. There, you are of that account.
Okay.
Do you know that what account I'm talking about?
Yes.
Okay. Just so you know, you lost 40 points off of your score just because of that account for it being way over the credit limit, okay? So as soon as you can bring that down under $600, please do, because that's all maintenance on your part. Okay. Now you have a Barclays Bank. That's an authorized user. I'm assuming this is your account as well, your mom's account?
Yes.
All right. This is also maxed out and it's affecting your credit. So we're taking this off of your credit report as well. You don't want someone's account that's maxed out on your credit report that's affecting you.
Right. So if you bring that amount down to like 10% or something like that, would it be better, or is it just better to take it off altogether?
Well, I mean, can you bring it down to 10%? Because we could reuse this data to get you prime credit cards in the future when we finish cleaning up this credit. Is she able to do that before we finish this case?
She should be able to do that.
Okay, so We'll take the Capital One off because I don't want that on your report because I don't want to have too many subprime accounts on your credit report. I want it to be built with prime accounts. Capital One we'll take off. Barclays Bank, we're going to leave that, okay? You got me? Follow me so far?
Yeah.
All right, perfect. All right. Then we have your student loans are good. You are in the deferment, the COVID deferment, so you're not making any payments right now. Just keep in mind, since you're a nurse, did you apply for the forgiveness for the medical field?
I did. It's pending.
Okay, perfect. Just keep in mind, August 1st is when payments could resume. So make sure you follow up with them in July to make sure you find out the status of it. And if you need to start making payments, make the minimum payments, okay? Because you don't want it to report negative on the credit report.
Okay.
All right. Student loans are fine. That's fine. I'm assuming this is all nursing school loans?
Yeah.
All right, gotcha. That's fine. All this is good. Now, we have some interesting thing here. Your auto loan, Xterra Finance. When we finish fixing this credit up, it is imperative that you refi this auto loan to a credit union.
Okay.
Let me tell you why. You took out the loan for $15,314, right? You took it out in May 2021. May 2021 to May 2022 is 12 months. May 2022 to May 2022 is 24 months. At 24 months, you're paying $300, okay? Times $300. So far, you have paid $7,000 on this, or $7,200 on this auto loan. Reason why I'm bringing this to your attention because you're upside down. Because you took out $15,000 and right now your balance is $11,000. You paid for 24 months at $7,200. Therefore, if you minus $15,314 minus $7,200, you should 1 second. I did some math here. 15314 minus 7,200. You should have roughly a balance of about $8,500 with interest. Right now you have a balance $11,000. So by the time you finish paying off this car, you've paid for two cars, okay?
Right.
So,
we had figured that, and we had looked to refinance it, but the credit union that we have, so we have through my job, I was able to get Navy Federal Credit Union, and they were giving us a rate of like 9 point something. So it wasn't that much of a different rate. So
gotcha.
I was gonna wait till we
fix the credit.
Credit first, and then do it.
Gotcha.
We get a better rate.
Gotcha. Of course, yeah. Because when you try to refi, the credit was bad, and you have a ton of inquiries on here. We got to fix this too because you only allowed 6 inquiries on this credit report. You have like almost 30 inquiries.
Okay.
So I'll show you where to see that in your credit report. I'm not sure if you're aware of it, but it's on there. That has to get fixed too because even though you're fixing the credit, once that's done, when you apply for credit cards, you may get denied for too many inquiries in a 12-month period. So if you're going to fix the credit, fix the whole credit one shot. Get it right one time, you know? Sky One Federal Credit Union, it shows you owe them $7,000 on a charge-off. Do you still owe them the $7,000?
Who?
Sky One Federal Credit Union. It was a loan. It was an unsecured loan.
No. That was on the cold thing, and she took care of that.
Were you a primary? Were you signed as an authorized user or primary?
I was authorized user.
Okay, no problem. Give me 1 second, okay?
Okay.
I put the client on mute because I want to talk to you guys about this. If you look back at our video 2 months ago, 2 weeks ago, we spoke about how there's a company in Atlanta that's putting people on their selling trade lines, and but they're adding you to their trade lines, and they're making you pay the monthly payments. This is kind of the same situation this client is in, except he knows about it. But I'm telling you, this is what these other companies are doing. All right, thanks for holding. I'm back. Give me 1 second.
Okay.
Sky One. Got it. All right. Now, here's the interesting Midland Credit. Did you receive any letter from a local attorney in Orlando for Capital One?
No.
Okay. You have it's not in a judgment yet, but when I run your social to the credit bureaus, This account is being handled by an attorney's office.
Okay.
All right. It hasn't got the litigation yet because they just received the account in January. So we're gonna address this first. This becomes priority because we don't want it to enter a judgment into your name, and then we have to go into court and do vacate a judgment. You understand what I'm saying?
All right.
So that's become priority. Those are the first two accounts we're gonna settle first. All right, 1 second. So this is just like the last time we fixed your credit. Once we do the settlements, we obtain the rights to remove it off of your credit report. This is how all this stuff comes down. Now, CYBR Collect, New York RA Bets. Is this like a horse track racing?
Yeah, that's some that racing thing. I don't know.
All right, let me ask something. But you took the money out with writing a check to them?
They were, it wasn't a check. They took it directly out my debit account.
Because now they flag this account as writing bad checks. Do you have a checking account?
I have a checking account.
Okay, so you're not in check system. All right, that's fine. Now, 1 second. I'll tell you how much of this debt you have with them. Interesting. 1 second. It's a total of 7 accounts with them, and a total of 1 second. It's a total of $1,400 you have with them. It's showing up as bad checks. So we have to fix.
That's accurate, but either way, we're gonna take care of that.
That's fine. I mean, we're gonna do a settlement on it anyway. You're not gonna pay the full price. We just need it to be satisfied so we get the rights to the remove it off the report. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So right now, on paper, I have you at total debt $10,327. Your responsibility will be $5,679 on the high side. That means there's still room for that to come down. That might come down to about $4,000. That'll be your actual responsibility. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Now let me ask something. How long do you think it'll take you to resolve? Just budget for $5,600, even though we know it's coming lower than that. How long will it take you to pay that?
I'm like probably about 2 months.
2 months. All right. I'll give you 3 months on that.
Okay.
So 3 months, which will make this file a 7-month case. The reason why we need 4 months to clean the file up after all the debt is resolved, because it takes about 30 days for us to get all the rights transferred over to our company. Okay.
Okay.
7-month case. 90 days for settlement, 30 days for everything to credit, and 90 days for clean. All right, now your score is gonna go from a 577. Hold on, let me put this through the system for you. Your score is going to go from a 577 to a 705 when we finish this case. Give or take 5 points depending on your credit card balances. If you don't bring those balances down that you said you're going to bring down, it's going to affect this exit score, okay?
Okay.
All right, 1 second. As you can see, those disputes you do don't work. Those letters don't work, because there's so much paper trail behind these accounts.
No, yeah, they're garbage.
Yeah, that's why I try to tell people all this stuff has a paper trail, but they seem to think that they know it all. All right, give me 1 second here. Let me finalize my documentation for this case, and then I'll get right back with you. Okay?
Okay.
Hold on, don't hang up. So, guys, that's what a consultation looks like. This consultation was actually about 30 minutes. A lot of it's gonna be chopped out. I have to jump back on the call. I have another 10 minutes with the client. This stuff is what we're going to talk about now is all his personal information, so I can't let you hear about that. Obviously, confidentiality. But this is what our conversation looks like. This is a returning client. This is a client that went on his own, tried to fix it himself, did disputes, went to the websites, went to annual credit, tried to dispute things on his own. And obviously, it didn't work. And I asked, if you paid attention to the question I was asking him specific questions, and he's answering it. I already knew the answer. I wanted to hear his answer. but this client's ready to get a mortgage. He wants to buy a house. Him and his wife have a great income. So what we're gonna do now, we're gonna fix the credit. The timeline we gave the client is what his responsibility is towards the case, and our responsibility is towards the case. We're gonna get this file cleaned up. Obviously, I can't discuss fees. This is a returning client. He's definitely gonna get a discount, but his case is up there, and this is why we are not your average price company, because there's a lot of hours that goes into this work. This case actually is going to take about 127 hours of manpower to fix this file in that 7 months. That 127 is not all going to be done one shot, but at the end of the case, that's how many hours, billable hours, to fix this guy's credit the right way. As you can see, I told him what his before scores are, what his exit scores are. We went over his report in depth, line by line. He's aware of what we need to get fixed. I'm aware of what needs to get fixed. The team is aware of what needs to get fixed. This file is actually going to travel to 3 different departments before it gets finalized because of the things that's going on. He has an attorney case, he has collections, and we want to make sure when we send this client's file off, it's completely cleared. He has no negatives. His information is not in anywhere compromised to the future. And once we're done with that, we're gonna build his credit up so he gets prime credit cards, and then we're gonna move on to getting his mortgage. Obviously, we do in-house financing for our clients, so we're gonna get his mortgage ready, put him in a home, and bada bing, bada boom. That's how it goes down here at Y2K Credit Solutions. If you have any comments, questions, drop it below. I'll get back to you. Talk to you soon. Have a good day.